now just anticipating Magnum drifting through into garage
this,
here, but we'll
this
back
contact
away.
on A.
Yeah.
If they just go subtle, now, yes, Nagset does find one, but they're going to lose position on long. This is where they could maybe overwhelm, but no! Out of nowhere, the huge deny, shut down. There was so much opportunity for maybe a spike plant, get a little bit of a punish, maybe take away some of that economy, but now it's just in tatters. Magnum, great player, but this one, way out of check. Build towards, at least indicating the hit may be coming through. You can see the utility put towards A. He's facilitating that. Maybe a quick flank for him. BNJ, though, going to get all the information. And the dash does come out from Durka. He's on the site. The snap comes in. No damage done yet for CRU. And here comes that lurk from Boaster. Lovely work from him. Good read on these rotations. Going to be outnumbered now. Needs to keep that rifle if they want to keep this clean.
Yeah, Klaus comes through, pinched perfectly. So we get one upgrade here. Will they consider coming through and finding, or trying to find a little more damage? You creep through A-Link, but the wall down over spawn, I guess, going to change viability, at least to make it a little harder for them to come through and find it here. Maybe just try and keep some of Fnatic on the site to die to the spike, but I think anybody's really going to make any moves here, Lauren.
No, this is... Klaus can keep that rifle. Delzik, if he could get an exit or two, that's kind of the game plan. Not going to be able to get any Fnatic around.
I mean, other than the first blood, it's... I was going to say, other than the first blood, it's a big win there for Fnatic. They could drift away with the Seekers invested also. Nobody from CRU actually going to come over. B&J now trying to tuck in towards sandbags.
Yeah, timing works out so perfectly for Fnatic. They're going to get everything going for themselves. And once again, that constant pressure now in the back of their minds of that mid lurk coming out from Boaster. But Klaus with a really good shot towards Durka denies that quick start. Now, it's going to at least kind of slow them down for a second, cause a little bit of a pause for thought, but the rest of the site's going to be swarmed, but Klaus denies. A huge 3K from him. Those two kills were integral. Now, Boaster feels like a mile away. The spike's now going to be lost. Boaster has to pick up the pieces. Finding Delzik is the first step. Klaus a little less than ideal on HP. Big work from Boaster. This is scrappy and so...
Real moves made by Fnatic as they now look to creep towards the entry of B. Now, there is an alarm bot there, so CRU are going to have an opportunity to recover, should they? But Klaus actually going to spot both members outside B. A little bit of damage goes through, but no kill.
Yeah, the Viper Wall can at least temper what could have potentially built off that Sage Wall, but there's Magnum still finding the Danger Man who did have the rifle. That won't be able to be filtered back. Now we look at potentially the damage to the economy, and at the moment they're not finding too many chances. Durka's going to slowly fall away from this, get himself the rifle that was lost, so at least going to keep everything tickety-boo for them. And the last three still just looking for a chance to do some damage here, and really Fnatic aren't giving them many opportunities.
No, they now find themselves in a 3v5 retake here, and not an awful lot left to do. Once again, I just looking to get some damage on both the catches. Nags inside garage, Durka comes through, the pinch is perfect. Magnum close things out, Delzik falls, and a flawless round there from Fnatic.
A little bit aggressive. It's going to be Durka on the other side as well. So yeah, BNJ going to be posted up for the fight, and yeah, just straight up loses it. Durka is on today, and he's going to double down on it as well. Massive entry work from Durka, and you can see the pace he's going to work with. He knows the two that have been playing the site. Yes, Klaus does lean over here, but with it being so quick and so successful, they've got it all. This is a wrap in my mind. They're already backing away towards this.
Yeah, going to be a little bit of a repurchase here. Fnatic do creep towards garage. Might just take a little poke. I don't think they'll try and commit to this.
Yeah, you can see Delzik desperately trying to hold on to this. Doesn't want to lose these rifles. Three, you can come. You can see the information wanted to be garnered by BNJ. There we go. Gets, again though, it really is just seeing Durka, so it's kind of hard to work out how much there is on this, but the Seekers do go in, so this is pressure across the board. Now look at this misplay, look at this misread, potentially coming out from CRU. Yeah, they're committing to these rotations towards B, but that spike is slowly creeping up through A long. This is sick work. Now they need Durka to at least be the kind of tip of the spear in this. Now look at that. Perfect bait and switch. Put all that attention towards C. Slowly crept up towards A. That's stunning, but there is a chance of a retake here for CRU.
And Boaster way deep still on C long. Durka now gonna be the front man, like you said, the tip of the spear inside this Sage Wall, and actually counter lockdowns on both sides, both invested here, so it's gonna be chaos on the side. Boaster got to come through, potentially shut down that lockdown, Lauren.
You got 5 seconds. One's been shut down, the other's still going 2-on-1. So that does mean CRU's gonna have to get out of there, detained. Two players now caught up in this. Fnatic reaggressed. You can see a Magnum just takes the ball by the horns. Huge work from Fnatic. We're fine.
Yeah, This is the sort of thing I was talking about here. Magnum having complete control outside double doors makes it so difficult for any aggression. As I say that, Nag's going to find 2 on the way in. Doma and Boaster actually trade back. But damage done on the side of CRU as Fnatic try and bully their way onto B site.
There's a little bit of danger in this. BNJ does at least have light armor in that, but now he's gone. It's done for Doma. With that Astra utility, he can just start building up on this one. Going to try and back away a touch, get the utility work down before he has to get involved here. Sky going to at least slow down the progress, but Magnum's got his back, and in we go already. Fnatic just bullying their way through. This is just brazen aggression, and CRU don't know what to do with it.
And the problem here, I mean, this is the sort of pace change we talk about with Fnatic, where they sit in the default for so many rounds and they show little bits of presence here and there that they'll just stack up as 5 and, like I said, just bully their way onto A site here.
Boaster, help me out, dude. I don't want that fight. Actually, tell a lie, he's gone. Oh,
He's still challenging.
he had 10 HP, dude. He had 10 HP. What's going on?
But this is the sort of thing I was talking about, right? You can put this under the banner of, you know, unless you're set up to deal with just how many different looks Fnatic have, it's so difficult to find.
Tired, you can see the little sky flash to help out. Boaster be the first man forward, and Delzik does get spotted, but Boaster doesn't look phased by this at this point.
It's just anticipating somebody peeking through from window, but nothing. Actually, Delzik and Mazzino, they come through, try and clear through Garage. Now it's just one. Delzik left solo, so we might just catch Boaster. He does indeed. Seeker's come through, so got to back away now. But the damage is done. First blood in favor of CRU.
Yeah, brilliant timing on that, but there's that mid lurk coming out from Durka this time rather than Boaster. It does get shut down by Nagzit, but there's the res on both sides now invested. Back up to a 5v4. Durka still lost, of course, but Boaster still looking to try and progress through. Garage finds Delzik this time, double down on it, looking for the triple on it. Boaster is a madman right now. Insane work from him. And Mazzino is a mile away from trying to deny this. Maybe he could find one of them, but can he deny the plant? No, Magnum's got the back, and there it is. Fnatic just flexing now.
Yes, you could say, you know, Garage and C, maybe even C Link. Double stack.
Magnum's free.
Might find one. Actually, yeah, Magnum good for the trade, though.
Yeah, Magnum's been pretty decent at the trading. The spacing's okay. A little bit of a shame to lose Boaster like that, but Durka's going to be just fine finding Klaus. You can see Mazzino, yeah, you can check C long, but that's not where the problem really lies at the moment. And Fnatic have good map control. B&J still going to be dedicated towards long. Going to have a chance to maybe find one on this. The shoulder peek and then the reaggress is going to force him off the angle. But Fnatic are keeping the opponents guessing. They show towards A. They've now hit towards B potentially. This is still very much up in the air. It looks like that commitment towards B now comes in. Durka up on top, but Nagzet does finally have a good read on this. Getting a little bit trickier, but Doma going to at least keep the site safe. Spike going to go down, and a 3v2 post plant.
And B&J actually spotted out here. Maybe isolated in window. Mazzino got to get something done to draw the pressure away from B&J. Will actually find Magnum off screen somewhere. Mazzino comes through, going to clear all the sides. So they should know that actually they've got a decent pinch opportunity.
Yeah, these are scary times now. Fnatic back to the wall, both of them there. Now Mazzino's going to be the first one out. Spots one. Might have heard the secondary gunfire. B&J needs to come around. Can't do it. Mazzino!
Durka going to wait out this wall. B&J actually nearly caught off guard, but we'll still find something with the Guardian once again here. Magnum going to invest the lockdown in sewers here, so they've got to respect this and back away from sight for the time being. The flash actually to force them off that angle as well. Going to give them complete sight control here. An opportunity to set up in this post plant. Dome already, it's that wall down. It's going to be able to reinforce with plenty of time left.
Nice post plants coming out. Mystic finding Klaus to begin with. We do see the divide coming in. The last flash put through by Mystic. Going to put it down towards CT. The retake going to start coming through, though. You can see the utility trying to divide it, but Mystic's having none of it. Doma's still there. This retake is going nowhere. Fnatic just holding perfect post plants. They are making, don't really get caught off by crazy aggression too often. So again, expect a little bit of a considered piece here, and Mazzino's going to punish. Brilliance from Mazzino, waiting so well. Yes, he took damage for it, but going to claim 2 and force rotations. You can see it. Sky's on the way over. Killjoy's already on the way over. This is now going to put Doma on an island.
He's got to find this first kill clean. or at least find the information. We'll actually get the time in there, and he's going to wall off and respect the push for the time being, but stacked up here. He's actually going to dip back in. We'll find the first, we'll find the second as well. Doma, he's gone huge for Fnatic here, leaving them in a 2v3 retake.
He's just made that possible. I don't know how he got away with it. He looked like he was dead. He was a dead man walking, but still. The post-plant positioning should be somewhat okay, but there's still utility. That's going to be a bit of an issue. Magnum going to try and work back in, decides to just go for it, gun out here. Delzik, though, going to agree him with a smile. That's Mystic gone, now just in the hands of Magnum. A 1v3, not going to happen, and CRU convert the first. It's exactly what they need to build back into this game. We do have the scout looking, you know, we've got the kind of classic purchase to come through. I'm not sure if I love that from Durka and Doma. This is... yeah, I'm not sold on the Marshall at this point, if I'm honest, but you can see it's done absolutely nothing. And it's going to be a quick lean towards A. Yeah, the chase is on, but at this point, Bulldog recovered. That's going to be for Mystic, but Boaster left with very little. And yeah, no real impact. Yes, Mazzino's down, but that's about it.
Much as they can going through, not having to worry about armor repurchases, weapon repurchases. Klaus playing perfectly off the turret there to deal with Boaster. Mystic, I expect, actually, with that Marshall purchase, potentially to save this through. Okay, he's actually going to come through and try and dive to the spike as well. Maybe keep somebody on the site. Yeah, he tries to send out a sound cue to make him believe, but not going to work, and he will fall. Pop a star at the top of ramp there. You can see that gets popped as well, and they're going to be in a good position to greet CRU on the way in here.
Yeah, the fast flank from Durka is going to be there as well, so I want to keep my eyes on that. Mystic, happy to stand here. He's going to get the advantage on the fight to start with. Big trade for Mazzino, but still, Doma's still in place. This is a shutdown. The flash came out, but didn't blind him enough to be able to get away with it. Boaster now on the site as well. Mazzino with it all to do. A 1v3 presented. This would have to be an ace to save the side. And Fnatic deny. They keep two standing. They don't care about the turret. They're just going to instantly start this. Magnum takes the fight. They are playing like the favored team here. And I like that. The confidence to come in and play to your level rather than the opponent's. Klaus is down. Durka's still pushing up here, looking for another fight. Finds it. Walks away, says, I've done some damage. I don't mind anymore. But they did lose Doma in the meantime. Now, that's actually something that could cause Fnatic some struggles.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this match, I mean, the one thing Fnatic are known for are these defensive executions. And Jay actually will find Boaster. Like I was saying, being extremely proactive like this, if they can keep finding success, they will just dismantle the default from CRU. Oh, okay, actually, I missed an opportunity to line two up there, and actually find that Magnum. Gonna catch the audio cue though.
Hold on.
He's gonna be in a perfect position to catch coming out.
Have I told you about Magnum's 1v3? It starts like this. He gets the first, that's a spike now. Lost, but the trade came out as a different round. Now there's a little bit of danger to this round. Looking at the armor with Doma, looking at a little bit of light armor with Magnum. There is a rifle with Durka who's got his HP back up now. You can see CRU now taking their time. Fnatic, would you dare go? I guess you don't have much to lose. You want to try and thread the needle, find that timing, but CRU seems so aware of the possibility. Klaus is going to be on red alert after those last couple of rounds.
Yeah.
CRU really need to be watching everything. They can't take it for granted. Boaster's already going walkabouts in mid. He's got Durka by his side as well. So as CRU do progress towards A, there is going to be that little bit of a notion in the back of their minds going, okay, maybe there's a time limit on this. Okay, and there's a flash. So information found for Fnatic, but Mystic's going to be outgunned in this one. Flash comes back in from BNJ. And actually, investment of the ult, but with the slow towards short, going to deny quick progress here. And Fnatic can just wait at the back of sight.
Yeah, two players being tucked in hell makes this really difficult for CRU. They've got to come through and deal with these players. They don't have site control just yet. Durka with a Magnum in hand as well. The third on the round for him.
He can't get away with this. How on earth has he been allowed to get away with this? Fnatic turn it to 12.
Finding the third on the round initially there, and then finding the fourth. And
they're walking mid.
Invested as well.
Durka's just walking mid at map point, and he's got 2 kills. He's on fire right now, and he wants to keep going, but Klaus denies it, extinguishing the flames, so they're starting to build through mid. Doma, though, on the push as well. This is dominance from Fnatic at 13-5. Map 1 is a wrap.
Towards A site now, and I think they've identified that at least the weaker side of this setup from CRU in terms of numbers. Axe actually comes through, finds a headshot but no kill, and the spike will get planted uncontested behind that wall.
Look, we have seen, though, CRU on these pistols have been pretty solid. The vast majority of their rounds. Delzik, though, does lose out to Mystic, who's keeping this one in check, but Mazzino's also doubled down. Yeah, and I don't... They're kind of checking on it, but they haven't noted him at all. Dirk is still here as well. And look at Doma just keeping himself quiet, surrounded by CRU players. Nagzit's going to find Dirk, and Mazzino does find Mystic, but keep your eyes on Doma. What can he do from here? Now going to be feeling the burn. Has to try and do something. Nagzit denies. Now Magnum left. In a 1v4, denial would be difficult. Does get the first cleanly, but the defuse is coming in. Whether he wants it or not, he can't do anything about it. And CRU.
You're going to see them reset back now and rely on the strength of this post-plant utility. Let's see. Kill comes through initially. Nanoswarm going to force them off that initial diffuse tap. And CRU have got to come through and clear this here, Lauren.
Yeah, they have to get aggressive. You can't sit back on this. We know these post plants, you got to fight them. There's no two ways about it. Now, Boaster and Dirk are the last two alive here. And the flank from Boaster could be big. He does just about see the cape, but as the player taps away so gently, gets him off the spike diffuse, but it is on halfway. And now all three start flooding through. There's nothing he can do. And Klaus comes back around, and they do convert the second up against a bit of a force buy.
And only one member of Fnatic noted, so I guess that's why they're keeping one mid and two on A. But Boaster swings out, finds the freebie, and straight away they're going to go for this plant.
The rotations weren't leaning early. They were pretty far back. Now Boaster wants to take space, and he gets it. That's huge work from Boaster. Now he can infiltrate enemy lines. He is behind the line of defense that they'd love to work back in from. Now 3 on the play back through. BNJ just received a tag. That sets up Boaster. He just needs one of these shots to come through. He can't make it work for towards Nagzed, but... now that's the first line of defense broken through. This retake still got some time on it. This is not going to be easy. Durka happy to take fights. Information found for BNJ. But now we are down to the 3 that did only have those sheriffs of the utilities there. But Nags is trying to get aggressive. He knows how to fight these post plants. He's doing whatever he can for it. Magnum needs to face this. The defuse is on halfway. Takes a second, and they're running out of time. Magnum tries to buy it. I think the round is all wrapped up. They somehow turn this around. Jump peek on the corner. A bit of info found, not too much though. And it will be waiting on the other side. The killjoy here, Klaus. Maybe here in the spike plant, can't deny it though.
It comes through behind that double wall setup, and again, Fnatic going to get that clean plant. No damage down on the way in. They're going to be able to sit very deep now. Once again, expect Durka and Doma to try and run the clock down here. Force CRU to push all the way behind Yellow. And actually, Durka comes through. Doma as well. They're going to find 3 kills.
You gotta love Doma when he has rounds like that.
Come across and back up Mazzino, because he's going to get overwhelmed very quickly. And actually, Mazzino able to escape effectively. Delzik now not able to escape. It's tagged on the Aljo, Durka there to punish him.
Durka's just taken so much map control, so much space is his. He's such a nuisance. Yeah, he loses his life, but by now, this is where you have to see if CRU can find some more. They've maybe cracked open the first step. That's big, though. Doma goes down. Now, the last 3, let's look at these positions that they currently hold. They're not ideal, but Magnum, there's that mid-lurk from him coming in super valuable at this point. Boaster takes the fight, loses the fight. CRU are doing everything they can for this Mystic. Didn't need to go for it, but he just styles on them in the end. The defuse was kept safe regardless. The utility's still in play. Let's see how he looks with this one. He's sitting deep towards back of A. Rinse and repeat. It looks like somewhat for Fnatic, still leaning towards that B site. Klaus could be the one tasked with dealing with this.
Yeah. It's actually as well with Magnum sat here again. The Viper's Pit invested on A. Magnum can kind of read into this that there's not really going to be any aggression. Mystic actually going to respond with a Viper's Pit of his own on B. Over default, Hunter's Fury also invested from Boaster. It's going to allow this plant to come through. And once again now, I want to see CRU send somebody flanking. They need to come through and pressure the back line.
Yeah, but by now Dirk is already finding frags. You could have maybe seen that flank coming out from Mazzino, maybe, but even then, look at them, they're just funneled in. Both Killjoys investing. This is messy as anything. So many ults online right now, but Boaster doesn't care. Neither does Durka. So much was just invested in that round, and it still works out at a 4v2, and it's going to be down to just 1 rifle remaining for Delzik, and Magnum's closing in as well.
This is brutal. And the problem right there is you invest a lockdown on B, it only gives you control of sight. Now, knowing that Fnatic are going to play on lane, that lockdown in lane is always going to yield a better result, because they have to come through and push. And especially if they get planted.
He wants to take matters into his own hands, going to try and get aggressive and lose his life. Mystic happy to take the attention away. It looks like they want to get aggressive, and they're trying to do this at range against rifles. That's lovely from BNJ, but it doesn't make for much at this point. Nagzik going to have to fall away from this too. The aggression, yes, it found 1. not particularly that impressive at this point.
No, and the fact that the first time we're seeing CRU really explore in the early round territory is on a round like this with this purchase is kind of unfortunate to see. Yes, it's a big risk on a buy round, but they have to. They have to fight for this. They can't keep giving up the plants. It just plays into Fnatic's hands. Is BNJ actually going to land a last couple of shots with the Sheriff there onto Durka, remove one weapon off the table at least. Magnum there to greet Klaus in mid. BNJ actually got the armor here, so could potentially go hunting. I don't think actually on a round like this. Okay, not going to matter at all.
Doma says no. Just coming out or just simply thinking it's time to go for the switch up here. And Durka outdoes him! What? He just Ferrari peeks it up! Naxa just got deleted. The body bag's just being zipped up as we speak. That's nasty from Durka.
That's the first time somebody's played on top of yellow as well. So Durka's literally just full swung. Oh my word.
Unreal stuff. Must be nice to have someone like him. But now Klaus, again, we haven't seen too many of these rifle rounds leaning towards this A site. So CRU are going to have to be sitting a little bit deeper. They've lost part of the site control enough of the extent that they'll probably give up the plant. But Fnatic taking a pause for thought here, clearing utility as they go. Not in a massive hurry just yet.
They're actually playing this deep enough. Actually, Klaus will come through, find a trade. I was going to say, I think they're playing deep enough to allow the Hunter's Fury to come through, but no tag on the plant here, and BNJ will find the second and third, and the res comes through, so man advantage in favor of CRU on this retake.
Mystic is still alive. Keep your eye on this post plant. This is where things start becoming a problem. They do have the extra body to put down to at least try and pull this retake off. BNJ could be the first one forward. Trade comes in. Delzik stays alive. Mazzino does find Magnum. Is on Durka now. Diffuse could be toyed with. Not just yet. Durka just checks on it for a second. Goes back. No way. Dives out. Slices them up. They've got the numbers. So a 4v3 towards the site.
So Delzik and Nags are actually pretty close already on default here. Durka goes exploring. We'll find another one. He spots one out coming through from kitchen. Klaus. Not much longer for this world, I think, if Durka decides to swing once again. Actually, as I say, we'll find the Sheriff headshot, but all the meanwhile, Magnum got himself a beautiful lurk all the way into kitchen here, going to be able to cut off this rotation, and all this information plays into Fnatic's favor. Have control of A site, get the plant down for free, and Magnum can just play deathmatch here.
And look, if you're new to Fnatic, if you maybe hadn't watched too much EU Valorant, hey, look, I don't blame you. I get it. NA's exciting. They have all the flashiness, but you got players like Durka out here, right? Now, these were the firepower upgrades that Fnatic invested into. Durka and Magnum, they brought them on at a really risky time. This was a huge investment of them to try and bring this firepower. Now, Klaus does very nicely, but very unlikely the round goes anywhere other than expected, of course. So at this point,
you see both
just checking. I just wanted to make sure I could hear the sound then. I'm like, oh, no. I've seen weirder things. It's not going to happen. Don't worry about it. We'll see a stop to the rot. 7 rounds sitting in the pocket of Fnatic, 2 towards CRU. And it looks like they are trying to show a lot of presence towards long here. They're looking for those early fights. Maybe this is a switch up and they lose to Durka. For now, he stays alive with 56 HP. There's still another player here. Finally, Mazzino gets it. The double down from Mazzino's big. That's map control. Fought for and won. But Klaus is going to hear all this. He knows this player's coming his way, and now there's a time limit on it. What does he do? He looked lost.
Boaster?
He looked... I don't know how Boaster gets away with it, 1, and how 2, Klaus just looked like he wasn't ready for it. At this point, now we're down to 2, BNJ and Mazzino. Magnum spots him out on the flank. Fnatic, they're all encompassing right now. As finally Mazzino wins that fight on long, the instant flex on the push towards A.
It's beautiful to watch as Mazzino's going to get caught knife in hand, but the contingencies in place from Fnatic.
I mean, this is a whole new look to things as well. We haven't seen a mid-piece coming out from Fnatic. Yes, maybe CRU have addressed the issues in the previous rounds, but let's see how much space they get here.
30 seconds left.
Down to 30. That mid-piece. Oh no! Delzik gets caught in the middle of it. Klaus and BNJ still going to do well though. Klaus playing so well, trying to make up for all the problems that they've had here. Nagset just with the pistol in his hand, just trying to buy the time. 15 seconds. Where is that spike? It is with Mystic right now, on towards the site itself. Tries to get a quick plant through, and it looks like so he's going to get it. Klaus is right on by. Nagset by his side. There's a 3v2 now. Play back in. Mazzino Just trying to keep this one in check, and you can see the pit's a little unique here.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but this Viper's pit is actually pretty toxic.
No.
It's
Mystic. Oh,
so awkwardly
they can't get on it. This is horrible, and Doma is just being such a problem. He doesn't even need to repeat this. He's just biding time, keeping the pressure away from Mystic again. And you can see Mystic don't need no help. He's fine. Nagzit goes down. Klaus gonna be down to 1 HP. And just, yeah, there's nothing to be done. This is one of those strats. It's one of those little pieces, those pocket pieces from Fnatic that just terrify teams, and for the right reasons. This was a switch up. And I don't think we need to sugarcoat the pill on this one. This has not been a good display yet from CRU, and I feel as though they're running out of options and time and rounds. At 9-2, you can hope, you can pray all you want, but at this point the rifle rounds are just evading you. Quick plant comes in. Doma does manage to keep his life for now. I don't know if escape's going to be an option, but Durka's going to try and bail him out. Nagzit on the other side, and it's going to be Delzik to find Doma. So into the post plant we go. Let's see if they can disrupt this. First layer of utility now toyed with. Klaus did find Durka in the meantime. Now there's going to be further layers to this. Mystic invests his piece of utility. Mizzino needs to get involved in this now.
Lurk comes through though. Magnum perfectly positioned and actually going to be able to put the turret on the top. Mystic and Magnum combined to find the final two. And
but again, they need to get all of the others that follow.
Come through. Actually, the wall going to go up through mid, and they're going to try and split through onto B. They might actually get a clean plant and connect it here. Magnum pop one down. Poster. Okay, somehow finds a kill. The shock dart onto Nagzet there. I don't know if that was a lineup onto default, but the plant wasn't even there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened, but Magnum now going to be fed information. Zeno trying to work around this. This is messy, it's scrappy, it's an unorthodox piece, but Delzik going to find another, and this is looking like CRU release trying the best this time. Zeno surprised, but again keeps his cool down to 2 now, and the angle's perfect from Zeno. There's wait. Oh, okay, we're all good. We're all good. No
lane. You can see here, again on the back of no contact shown. Actually, Mazzino playing very, very deep actually to just deal with any threat coming through, but especially on the buy rounds, I want to keep an eye on how Fnatic deal with this B lane control on defense.
Clean. An interesting choice of weapon. Nagzet will be tilted off the face of the earth. Yep, off the back of that. You don't love to see it unless you're a Fnatic fan. Tries to dive back in for more, but not going to get it. And now Boaster. Last one here. Does get Mazzino, but okay, 2 kills.
He's actually going to get spotted out by the Aldo. I'm going to come away and back up, but early information at least gathered here. And Boaster actually a perfect crossfire to deal with that dash through from Nags. Oh, the crossfire beautiful from Mystic and Boaster there. 3 kills on the round already. Klaus and BNJ got to back up, but the spike's already lost.
It's deep into enemy territory, and the back's already covered. Yeah, the turret's there, but it doesn't matter. That whole retreat is covered off. They cornered in. BNJ and Klaus, they needed some damage, maybe a spike plant, get some rifles away, get some upgrades. That would have been perfect. And CRU watching their chances here slowly just dissipate, slip through the fingers. Klaus and BNJ, what can you do with this? Doma right, waiting. Mystic tucked in on the corner.
Player standing.
And well, BNJ gonna have to just face the music here. Flawless round coming through.
Still got the wall, so potentially can run through and try and brute force this plant. I'll say that. Mystic actually going to fall off the rip here. Klaus finds that one. The wall will be invested on backside. Boaster actually able to poke a hole in it. It's an awkward plant actually by Delzik. It's tucked in the corner, so they can't actually play deep. It's not in sight. There's actually the Hunter's Fury going to come through, nearly actually catching 3 members of CRU there. But elsewhere, Magnum, Durka, Doma all firing kills. Delzik, last man up now.
He has to just stand and fight. That's all he's got left. And Boaster outdoes him. It's going to be 12 on the board for Fnatic. And bear in mind, this ain't just map point. This is now going to be match point.
Thanks for everything they're doing, even if they lose 1 or 2 members.
Oh, Durka. He's pushing up. Keeps himself at least unchecked for now. If you crest that corner, he knows that they're right around there. He's seeing a pixel out of place, and this man, that might be all he needs. Sees one, that's gonna be the start. The second, the Reaper from up above. Durka just like a guillotine right now, slicing through CRU, but Delzik at least puts up a fight back here. but you can see it just looks like right now Fnatic are just going to take this from them, rip it out of their hands. Magnum happy to take the fight as Nagza is the last one alive, and Fnatic destroy CRU in the first game of Masters.
It's just simply outclassed. There's the only